to understand this whole concept, we need to understand, as I mentioned, there's two main parts of the brain. We're going to talk about the conscious, subconscious. There is an unconscious part of the brain as well. That's the part that keeps your heart beating, tells your lungs how much air to take in and out, keeps the organs going, everything else. The unconscious obviously never sleeps. Thank goodness. Yeah, nobody go to sleep and you stop breathing or your heart stops. It's resting. No, the unconscious must constantly function at 100%. The subconscious doesn't sleep either. It also functions constantly at 100%. The conscious mind actually does sleep. That's the part of the brain that gets tired. The conscious mind actually can go into sleep. It can go into rest mode. The conscious mind actually experiences a wide variety of shifts in different states. And we'll talk about that. We'll say which states are good for which types of exercises, etc. But be aware of the fact that your brain actually is not in a constant state. It actually does go through different states. Now, bring into that a concept that we need to understand that we are, to a large extent, products of what identity we have created for ourselves. So let me just put this into context. Deep in your subconscious brain, you have made certain decisions on your journey of life. And these decisions affect what we basically call, in simple terms, your identity. Your identity is mainly made up of two components. Component number one is what you believe. Now, the moment I say that, it's obviously spiritual belief, but it's also what do you believe about yourself? What do you believe about your future? What do you believe about your past? What do you believe about the country you live in? What do you believe about the economy? What do you believe about your partner? What do you believe about your body? What do you believe about your capabilities? What do you believe about your talents? What do you believe about the words people say to you? All these concepts of belief is actually a huge amount of information that your brain stores, and we call that the beliefs. Either a belief serves you or it does not serve you. Either belief is good for you, pushes you forward in life, but there are some beliefs that could be limiting beliefs that restrict you, that create fear, that create uncertainty, that holds you in a negative space. But your beliefs is a very large component in the creation of your identity. The second part is your values. We value things. There's certain things like integrity, honesty, faithfulness, but we also value actions. We value adventure. We value talking, relationships, family. We value things. We value our pets. We value our house. We value security. There's a huge amount of things that we value. And these value and these beliefs combined, create my identity. The essence of my identity is not a logic conscious function. It's a fully subconscious function. Your identity lies in the subconscious, and every behavior, reaction, response focuses on serving your identity. So let's put this practical quickly. Is there anybody here that's a runner? And when I say a runner, you know what I'm talking about. Your shoes are on. Let me see if I can read your name. Mr. Swartz. So you run every day?
Not at the moment, but when I do, yes, I do run every day. No, every second day.
So what kind of distance are we talking about?
Anything under 21. 21 is the max.
All right. That's running. That's running.
Yeah.
Now, when you go away for a weekend, have you got a partner? Are you in a relationship with someone?
Yeah.
Okay. When you guys go away for a weekend,
yes,
you pack your running shoes often?
Yes.
Yes. Did you guys notice how, yes, very quick, very strong that came out? Why? Because I asked earlier, who's a runner? And if you noticed, her hand popped up very quickly. Why? Because that's part of her identity. It's ingrained. I'm a runner. I'm a runner. I'm a runner. I'm a runner. Let's go on holiday. Running shoes. Go with. Why? Because I'm a runner. Where do I run? Everywhere. When do I run? All of the time. How far do I run? As far as possible. I'm a runner. When she goes into a clothing store, she's going to go to the sports. She's going to go and check out running clothes and shoes. Part of the identity. Yep. Once something is ingrained, it's almost like a blueprint that's installed in your identity. And this comes from your values and your beliefs. When these two merge, so if something your beliefs said, running is good, values said, I'm loving this, is good, is to merge, ingrains in your identity. Now it'll become manifest in your life. All your decisions, all your reactions, all your responses, a lot of your thoughts, everything in your life will now be aligned to ensure this component of your identity is manifest. Make sense, guys?
Mhm.
So why is this important? Well, it's important because clients that's going to come in are people that's having a bit of a challenge. They've got an identity I think they should have. They've got certain values they believe they should have. They've got certain beliefs that they feel they need to hold on to, but somehow there's conflict and things are not happening the way it should. Intellectually, they want to be a runner, but the couch says otherwise. It says, no, too much pain. So they're not getting that identity that they dream of. The desired you is not manifesting. Something else is, and you don't like what's manifesting. So you go and see a coach and say, can you help me? And we bring about that change. But here's the problem. The problem is that I cannot shift anybody else's beliefs. The moment I want to challenge someone's beliefs, they will defend. The moment I want to say your belief is wrong and this is the right way, they will resist. They'll dig their heels into the ground and they'll protect. In fact, they'll probably strengthen their beliefs to protect it. So, I mean, if I go to Shanika and say, you know, running is actually bad for you. Running is part of her beliefs. Check out that face already. Nah. She'll dig her heels in and she will defend. It's good. That belief will even become stronger. So as a coach, I cannot take on my clients' beliefs. So if they've got a limiting belief that's not serving them, if they've got a belief that's constantly creating some kind of self-destructive behavior, if they've got a belief that's just creating unhappiness and you know, a horrible, discomfortable life, I cannot take on the belief directly, because then I'm just going to strengthen it. Now, most forms of therapy, and I'm not knocking other forms of therapy, I'm just giving you guys a comparison. A lot of forms of therapy wants to deal directly with a limiting belief, and they want to talk about that belief for hours and hours and hours and hours. I am not saying it's wrong. I just believe that there's a different approach that's more effective and that's more efficient. So what approach? Well, for you, when you have a belief, when you have certain values, one of the things that it does create is your thoughts. All your thoughts, the things you think about, all your thoughts has its origin in your values and your beliefs. All thoughts will have its origin in your values and in your beliefs. So what if I can teach you guys a technique where you can get the client to start changing their thoughts, to teach the brain to think differently? Why would that serve me? Because my thoughts is the creator of my decisions. I always have to think before I make a decision. Choice is always firstly created in thought. So if I can change my thoughts, I can change my decisions.